Hello everyone and welcome to our new reception parents. This PowerPoint is designed just so that you can get a feel of what life will be like at Meadhurst when your children join us. We're very excited to see them. Unfortunately, these circumstances have meant we can't do this in person. However, we're very much looking forward to getting to know you over the course of next year. Just so that you can put names to faces, we're going to introduce key people that you may come across during the initial days and as the year goes on. So I'm here, Amy Daniels, head of the school. We've got Karen Boss, who will be our deputy from September, joining the team. We've got Dawn Matthews, who's our assistant head and inclusion lead. And we've got Heather Retter, who is our assistant head overseeing some teaching and learning elements. All very happy to help you and will be visible on the gates in drop-off and pickups. The office team, you have had quite a lot of interaction already via the forms through with our office manager, Mrs. Rampley. She will be in our office and be able to answer any queries or questions. And likewise, we've got Mrs. Pruth and Mrs. Dennis, who will be happy to help you if you've got any questions, concerns, or need anything to be answered. Our pastoral team are there to help and support the children through their time at Meadhurst. You've got Mrs. Holly, who is our homeschool link worker, who works very much in partnership with parents, supporting them if you've got any questions or concerns. She will be on maternity leave until January, but we will be there to support you in the meantime. We've got Mrs. Simmons, who is our pastoral support assistant. She will be there to support the children and talk to them if they've got any concerns and reassure them when they are feeling anxious. We've also got Mrs. Rodriguez, who is our first aid assistant. Most of the first aid will be taking place in reception as a unit itself. All of the staff are paediatric first aid trained. However, anything more significant, Mrs. Rodriguez oversees the first aid across the school.
And I'd like to introduce myself. This is me, Mrs. Glenister. I'm the early years lead as well as bond class teacher, and my TA working with me will be Mrs. Forrest. We've got Mrs. Bedell and Mrs. Pamarati in Kerr Class. Mrs. Bedell is the teacher, and all the team are very experienced across the 3 classes. And in Seuss Class, on Monday and Wednesday, they'll have Mrs. Keane, and Wednesday to Friday, they'll have Mrs. Bracken with their TA, which is Miss Oldham.
So at Meadhurst, we are very much looking forward to you being part of the community. We are a community who all look after each other, and we really hope that as a group of parents that you will bond together and have the best outcomes for the children. We understand that at this time of year, it can be anxious as well as getting excited for your child to start September. However, this year has not been an ordinary year. We have been in a national and global pandemic, which I'm sure that you have done your very, very best for your families. So please do not worry when they're starting in September if your child has not been in a setting during the lockdown period. We are very much going to be supporting the transition and ensuring that we can catch the children up and ensure that they're settled into the school life. Please also don't worry if your child has only just turned 4. We really do ensure that all the children have got the best support as they start their journey into school. If your child can't write their name or doesn't know their sounds, again, do not worry. This is what learning's all about. Everyone will have different starting points, and it's about immersing the children into a curriculum where they can feel safe, secure and happy, and as a result of that, great learning takes place. If your child doesn't know anyone, that's fine. There's a lot of team building activities, lots of getting to know you activities so that they can start to build lifelong friends. If your child cries, that's perfectly acceptable, perfectly normal. We will support them, we'll reassure them, and we are positively confident that by the time you've walked away and they are in the environment that they will stop. We will phone you to let you know that they're okay and just to reassure you there. And if you cry, that's acceptable too. It's your child, they're starting school, you may have had them for extended periods of time, but they will be in an environment that we will support you and we will look after your children. We are very much pride ourselves on homeschool partnership to get the best out of the children. The teachers, the support staff and the parents need to work closely together. We do have an open door policy, however, in the current climate it may look slightly different. We do want you to be able to communicate with us, with the teachers, so we will, if we cannot have that close interaction, then there will be an email or phone calls, and that we will be able to respond appropriately so that we can support together.
Moving now on to the early years curriculum, there are 17 areas of the early years curriculum that we will cover, and our ambition is for all children to reach the expected in all areas by the end of reception year, but we do understand that they do learn at different speeds, so please don't worry, we will talk to you all through the year. Through learning together is how the children will learn. There's, as I say, there's 3 prime areas, which is communication, language and literacy. There's personal, social and emotional and physical development. And then there's 4 specific areas of learning, which is literacy, maths, knowledge of the world and expressive art and design. The children learn through their purposeful play and engagement and with their peers and also with their teachers. There will be a phonics session daily, and initially we will be recapping the phase 1, which if they have been to a previous setting, they should have been exposed to. And we will be starting with a maths and a literacy input from their first day with us. With regards reading, we will be sharing books in school daily with your children, including lots of stories, lots of singing, lots of rhymes, and your children will start to bring a book home when they are ready. They learn through mark making, using all their body, gross motor skills outside. As you can see from the pictures, we do have a climbing frame, and they love doing spins on there. If they're not confident to begin with, they'll soon learn how to do it. Then we go down to fine motor skills as well, and as you can see again, the children are using the interactive whiteboards. They're picking things up with their construction. We will be having PE sessions twice a week. We don't know the days at the moment, but that will be confirmed to you at a later date. We will carry out as a staff observations, and we use Tapestry for this, and they're working towards the early learning goals at the end of the year. The other things we do look like are the characteristics of learning, which are very important for the children. This is throughout their time in reception. They'll be observed on how they learn through their play and engagement with what they've got out, and also through their own exploration, investigation, sharing their ideas with their peers and teachers, and creatively and critically thinking about how they could maybe improve on it as well, and how they can change something to make it even better. And all of this is achieved through a play-based curriculum. Throughout of this, with their teachers and self-chosen activities, this will consolidate their learning within the early years setting. This is how the school day will look. You'll drop them off in the morning. There will be focused learning activities, independent learning. Then they'll be having their lunch and obviously a playtime as well. Then they will have focused learning activities after lunch with independent learning, story before home time and home to parents.
If your child has any additional needs, then we are a very inclusive school, and it's important that we get to know what those needs are so that our inclusion manager can oversee that and see what strategies that we need to put in place for your child. We do work very closely with outside agencies, and we want to make sure that we are delivering the best curriculum to all children.
This is about school readiness and getting them ready for coming into school. These are things you can work on now until they start at school. So can they recognise their own name? And some of them may well be starting to write their name. Can they dress themselves? Can they put on their own coat? Can they put on their own jumper? Can they use the toilet independently? Or do they ask to go to the toilet? And if they do, can you start asking them to actually say the word toilet and not their own sort of special words they may have, or at least let the staff know if they do have one? Can they separate from their parent and carer? That's where, have they been to a setting before? And obviously in these times, we know and understand it might be slightly harder for them in September to do this, but we are there to support them. We are all very experienced teachers, TAs, and we're there for you and the children to help them separate calmly and enjoy the rest of their day. Can they feed themselves using cutlery, a knife, fork and spoon? Can they sit and pay attention for up to 5 minutes? Do they sit quite happily, play a game with you at home, maybe, you know, read a book, etc. to them? Will they ask for help if needed? Will they come up to us and talk to us, or will they ask a friend possibly for help? Can they make good choices, and do they understand what that means? The transition, we're trying to make this as easy as possible. We are well aware that some children will have been out for a while. We are arranging home visits, and you will be receiving a letter with a morning or afternoon slot where the teams will do a video call with you and your child, and that's so that we can see you and your child in their own environment where they feel comfortable, and they may well talk to us then. Preparation from nursery, if your child was in a nursery or is still attending a nursery, we will have made contact with those settings to get a complete picture of your children. This ensures that we plan for the correct provision that will help them settle quickly. Any previous experiences, if they haven't been into a nursery setting, please let us know. They may well have been to a childminder, or they may well have been to family or friends during this time that have been helping you out. Just let us know. It can be a bit daunting when they first come to school, but we do have a number of children, so please be reassured that we are here for your children. Also, how can you help your child with their transition into reception? Talk through this video with them. Just maybe show them the slide that's got the pictures of the children doing things. Ask them what they would like to do. Continue to develop their independence by asking them to put on, take off their coats, and if they can already do that, can they zip them up? Can they do the buttons up, etc.? Getting dressed by themselves, and also getting undressed, because in time they will be doing PE, etc. They might be putting on aprons, so we just want them to be a little bit more independent. And talk to us at any time, please, if you've got a concern or a worry. No question is silly, especially if it relates to your own child. And if you're asking it, maybe other parents are thinking it. And we will respond to you, as Mrs. Daniels has said, initially possibly through emails, phone calls, if we can't speak to you face to face. For September, we are going to be asking your children to come to a stay and play session, and there'll be 2 sessions for the children. Now this will be where you will come in and drop them off and go home for a short time, and they will come into the class. We're going to do a group 1 and a group 2, and we're just splitting the classes quite easily. Group 1 on the Thursday and Friday, the 3rd and 4th of September, will come in 3rd of September in the morning, 4th of September in the afternoon, so they get experience of being dropped off by yourselves and picked up at the end of the day. And then group 2 will come in the afternoon on the 3rd of September, and again in the morning of the 4th of September, so they get exactly the same experiences. Then from the Monday, children born in the summer term, May to August, will start on the 7th of September. On the Tuesday, the 8th of September, children who have been on the Monday will come into school and be joined by children born in the spring term, January to April. And then on the Wednesday, on the 9th of September, the previous 2 days, children will come in as before, and we will be joined by the autumn term children, which are born September to December. Please don't worry, this information is coming out to you via letter.
For the first day, at the moment we're in our final stages of opening plans. This will outline how parents and pupils will be able to attend school. We have to ensure that we're following the government guidance and keeping our staff, our parents and most importantly our children safe during these circumstances. As soon as the plans have been finalised, we will be sharing them with you, so with pictures and videos, so that you can see how to drop your children off and pick them up. We know that when you're dropping your child off for the first day, it will be difficult, but we do ask that you do leave your child with us. Encouraging that independence early on is really important. If they are crying, we will look after them, we will reassure them, and we will make sure that they have a very good day. There are special circumstances, these will be few, and we're happy to work with individuals on how we can best support your child. With school lunches, in case you didn't know, all children in reception year 1 and year 2 are entitled to a free school meal every day. Our catering providers are called ISS, and they provide a range of opportunities or options for children to eat each day. There's hot options, there's cold options. The children will be able to choose what they have to eat every day. You can alternatively pre-order it for your child, choosing which food option they would like. Have a look on the website, and there is an email address there if you've got any questions. If you do have a special diet request, then there is a process we need to go through to ensure that all allergies and intolerances are met, and our office will liaise with you to find out all of those details. With the school uniform, we will be wearing uniform from September, so we do ask that they have at least one white polo top with the school logo for school photos and days where we're representing the school. However, other times they can just be plain white polo tops. They do need a teal jumper or cardigan. They are logoed and they are from our suppliers, Price and Buckland. The information has been sent to you, and it's also on our website, which will give you the link straight to their website where you can order them. We ask that they're in black trousers, shorts, dress or skirt, and that they wear black socks or black tights as well. The summer uniform, again, white polo tops, one with a logo at least, teal jumper or cardigan, shorts, skirt, socks, tights if necessary, and a green summer dress as well are our options. PE kit, you have been told which house your children are in, so it would be a house coloured top, red, green, blue or yellow, with black shorts or jogging bottoms and a black fleece or a black jumper to go with them, especially in the winter months. Socks, especially if they're wearing tights, they will want to wear socks because tights can't be worn with our PE kit, and plimsolls or Velcro trainers to support their feet. During the initial stages, due to the current circumstances, when the children have got PE that day, we will be asking you to send your children in their PE kits, so that it avoids additional clothes and changing within the classroom environment. So it will be important that they've got their PE kit from the beginning. In terms of bags, they will need either a book bag or one of our small backpacks. They are the logoed versions, which can be purchased on the website. The PE bag is also part of our uniform, but at this moment in time where you're not bringing in the PE bags, it's not as essential. But as soon as we're allowed to have the bags in school, then they will need a PE bag. Other optional uniform that you can buy your children if you wish: a sun hat, a fleece. That's particularly nice when it's not cold enough for a waterproof jacket, but it just takes the edge off things, especially as the children are learning in and out of the classroom in reception. And there is a waterproof coat as well. They are optional, it's not essential, but they are available if you would like them.
With the extracurricular activities, obviously this will depend on the current circumstances, so we are guided by what the government tell us we are able to do. But we do hope to have at least one trip during the year. Details of this will be given after your child has started school, and again, dependent on what happens, will depend on whether we will be able to attend the school clubs, but these will start hopefully spring term, but we will have to wait and see. If you have any questions at all with regarding anything that we've said within this presentation, or any other questions regarding your child's start with us at Meadhurst, we are really looking forward to seeing them joining us. Please email us on the email address below and we will respond to you very quickly.
Thank you very much for listening. We look forward to seeing you very soon, and we hope that you have a brilliant summer whilst waiting. Thank you.